Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. I know it's late at night, it's like almost 11 o'clock at night, but I just decided to review this album because I had found out that this album turned 25 today, and it's from one of the best albums in like the whole industrial metal genre and one of the best albums in the 90s. And as you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about Demanufacture by Fear Factory. This was the band's second album released on June 13th, 1995 through Roadrunner Records. Now, I haven't really covered Fear Factory really on this channel, but this is actually the first time I've ever had done this. So, and of course, I actually do like most of Fear Factory stuff. I have quite a bit, most of their albums in my collection. But let's just dive right into this. This is their second album following their debut album, which came out in 92, 93, Soul of a New Machine. Well, I feel like that album was more focusing more on the death metal style of the band, but I feel like this album just focuses or hones in on the pretty much the signature Fear Factory sound with the sort of like the more industrial metal sounding sound that, and they're pretty much one of the best, in my opinion, probably my favorite industrial metal band. And this is pretty much the first album that featured the current lineup, that not the current lineup, the classic lineup that they are known for, being of course Burton C. Bell on vocals and Duno Kizarez on guitar, but also of course featuring of course the good rhythm section of Christian Wolbers on bass. Now I've heard from on this album, like there's like different like sites, like whether he didn't play on this album or not, but I've heard he was a member of the band at the time, but I heard like Dino had like rearranging some of the rest, and he didn't have time to like go teach everybody everything's thing and stuff. But yeah, but whether or not I don't know if he was on this album or not, but if he did, he does a great job. Not where I'd heard that Dino actually played most of the bass tracks on there. So if anybody knows, just let me know in the comments. But anyway, let's moving on to the drumming from Raymond Herrera. Like his drumming, oh my god, just the pounding, like insane drumming, and just like the clicky stuff he does, as in the triggers and all that stuff, just makes it fucking great. Now I know a lot of people would have issues with triggers, but he actually makes it sound good and makes it actually work with the confines of this album. Now with this album, also compared to like a Soul of a New Machine, this album is a concept album where lyrically it talks about a man's struggle against like a machine controlled government. With I feel like each song talks about a chapter in his life. Then I feel like I also heard the band sort of like takes its inspiration from the movie The Terminator. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now starting things off is the title track, Demanufacture, which starts off really great and then just some really heavy riffs, and I just really love the chorus of the song. It's just, I've got no more goddamn regrets and I've got no more goddamn respects. Ugh, great fucking way to start off this album. And then moving on to Self-Bias Resistor, which starts off with a great lead and then it just dives into a great chugging and grooving pounding riff that carries the song. And then it just pretty much follows like this, and many of the songs on this album just follow this pattern of just simple but just crushing riffs. And there's not really no guitar solos at all in this album, but just a hook and just catchiness to it to make you listen to it, and it just keeps you entertained with just the simple but catchy leads, and it offers like a great transition from one to the next song, and some really great choruses that are just very memorable. Moving on to Zero Signal, which starts off very weird with sort of like eerie electronic-y keyboard intro, and then it just turns into a damn just heaviness. And just some really the atmospheric vibes on this track just really adds to it, and it really just submerses you into it. And just the drumming on here from Raymond is just spot on. Then we move on to probably my favorite song on the album, Replica, which is just I feel like this is pretty much, if you haven't heard of industrial metal, I feel like this is a song that you would listen to. It has a really extremely artillery intro and just some really great lyrics like I am rape, I am hate. And I just really love like Burton's vocals. Like he could do like I think it's the first time he actually does some clean vocals here, and I just like how his vocal is like, he does the clean singing and just like the harsh vocals just really just blend together well. He's able to transition between the both just really spot on. And then moving on to the next song on the album, which is called New Breed. Now, New Breed has some really great riffs in here, and it's just very fun to listen to, and it just packs a punch, and it just goes into just a sonic and brutal chaos and just an all-out assault of just pure just heaviness. The next song on the album is a pretty interesting song. This is considered kind of like the black sheep of the album. I wouldn't say so, but the song is called Dog Day Sunrise. Now, this was a cover song, actually originally done by a British band called Head of David, which I've never even heard of. But I feel like this song is considered to be the, like I said, the black sheep of the album. I kind of disagree. It has sort of like the elements of the original, but just the touch of like that 90s metal at the time. It just makes it really, really interesting. Moving on to Body Hammer, which, holy shit. And just like the catchiness and just how it changes is just, how, I don't know how. And I just love it has like a very hardcore grit. And I love how sort of like the vocals, while it's heavy here, there's a bit of melody, and just like Burton does a great job with the cleans and harsh vocals on this song. Then we move on to Flashpoint, which I feel like this song is another standout track to me, kind of like Replica, but this song has a little bit of a punk vibe going on here, and just like the catch, and it has a lot of a catchiness to it, and it's just fun. And then we move on to HK Hunter Killer. Now, I just love this song. The screams on here just really just pull you in, just submerses you just in, it makes you just want to bang your head. Anyway, next song on the album is called Piss Christ. Now, when I first heard this song just gives me goosebumps. And then once again, there are just riffs that just get you going. And then the album closes with a very interesting note with A Therapy for Pain. Now, all Fear Factory songs are on this album so far are like around 3-4 minutes or so. But this is the longest track on here, clocking in at around 9.5 minutes. And this song is just mostly melodic right here. But I just feel like this song pretty much ends things perfectly, and I feel like it makes you wanting more. And I feel like with this, the next album after that, Obsolete, it sort of continues on with this. So this is just basically just part one. But overall, Demanufacture by Fear Factory is probably a classic in their discography, and just like in the whole like 90s metal in general. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm gonna give this album probably a solid 10 out of 10. It's just really great. So yeah, so that's my review of Demanufacture by Fear Factory, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.